Greetings everyone, it's Win back. On this week's final episode, we will be playing the one and only Tank of Tanks, the wheelie automobile herself, Sergeant Hammer. The only reason I am playing Sergeant Hammer is because I have 4 other people playing with me, and we agreed to make a comp that would be beneficial to Hammer herself. So, what we have today, Lily, Stitches, Chromie, Sergeant Hammer, Thrall versus Orphea, Muradin, Rhaegar, Falstad, and Li Ming. Obviously, Ming, right off the bat, is going to be a pain in my ass. Muradin probably isn't going to be the greatest either. A lot of them have skill shots that are very easy to just line up on my big... I'm not... It's in the circle, Abe! Obviously... It wasn't in the circle. But, something about that indicator is a little bit misleading, you know what I'm saying? If you weren't aware, Sergeant Hammer's abilities, her Q is going to be the vulture mines. You just drop them down, and then they are going to slow people and deal damage. They can be killed, which I think is a little bit stupid considering, you know, Junkrat traps and all that stuff. But our W is Concussive Blast, I believe? Yes. Which is just a pure knockback. And then our, with damage, our E is Neo Steel Plating. We're going to get 25 armor for 2 seconds. And then our D is going to be Siege Mode. When we hit the D button, we plant ourselves. We get a huge AoE circle around us, that is how far that we can shoot our gun and splash, which is super useful. Oh my god. Way to miss. Way to miss that Stormbolt. Thank you. Appreciate that, making me more and more confident with every step of the way. Stitch is stepping up to block some of the balls from Li Ming. I can appreciate that. I am low on the mana, but we do need to get the siege camp going here. It is Orphea versus Thrall in the top lane, and that looks like a little bit of trouble for our Thrall, but that's okay. As long as we're getting stuff done on the other side of the map, it is not going to be the end of the world if we lose some damage on that top fort. Ultimately, since we have a hammer comp, we should be working around the hammer to force the enemy team to make plays based on us. So as nice as the objective will be eventually, oh, he got the jump. He got the jump. That's not my favorite. Yes, as nice as the objective is on this map for killing buildings, our comp should essentially just be a mobile version of that. So, I'm gonna level with you. We're not always on the samest page. Good hook attempt. I appreciate that. But, it'll start to make sense eventually. Right now, we're hitting that bottom small wall, which is how we're splashing, I think. You know what, I take that back. If I was hitting anything, oh no, armor, didn't even need it, got out of the way. I was hitting the tower, because I wouldn't have been hitting the gate if I was hitting the small wall. I think that's how that works. Oh, and yes, this is one of the coolest fucking skins in the game. Hammer as a tank just has genuinely cool skins, because tanks are cool, but yeah, I really like this one in particular. The enemy team should be going for the top temple, but it looks like they want the middle one instead. I think we may end up... I don't like that. Knock him back, put on the armor. We've got 50 armor now because we're in siege mode, and we do get bonuses on all of our abilities when we enter siege mode. I think the mines go farther. You can... mines you can throw farther out, they have bigger range. W, the Concussive Blast, knocks back farther. And then our E gives us double armor. Laying down some mines to slow, got a knockback here in just a second. Lily is going to make it because that's fucking teamwork. You don't just peel when you're a tank, you peel when you have an ability that will stop the enemy team from killing your team. That's how it works. That's what it means to be a good teammate. Welcome to today's lesson. No, the enemy team is going to get both those temples. I am not in love with the idea of giving them up, but I also don't want to continue to fight up there because the Ming balls, they're all still soaking. I don't want to go 4v5 on something that the enemy team is clearly committing 5 people to. So I want to get more experience. I want to get some more structure damage where I can afford it. And if they get more damage on that middle tower, so be it. Ultimately, the next objective is coming to the bottom lane here. So anything that we do to this building is going to hit super hard. No, you're not going to hit me with that ball. I saw you come in from 20 years away. And that's not great. We're still going to lose the middle fort. Bummer. That's alright. What'll happen is upon the next temple phase, the bottom temple phase, the boss is going to be up. Likely the enemy team is going to fight us for the objective because we've already taken a pretty decent portion off of their bottom structures. There's no wall, so all of it's going directly onto the fort. And oh my god, we should be with these giants, honestly, to put more pressure onto the fort, to force them down here. Let Thrall kind of soak best that they can. Gonna go unstoppable with our E, that's our siege tactics, our level 7 talent. Still gonna eat all of the Ming damage and get out of the way at the last second. Hover siege mode is our level 7 talent. Siege tactics is 4. Please fuck off. Unstoppable, your Stormbolt, eat my butt. And we're just going to keep on pushing up. Lily is pocket healing us at this moment because should I die, our whole plan for taking this temple goes out. Now we need to hit level 10. We're still about 60%, probably 50% of the way there. Thrall's doing their best to soak up there in the top lane, and we're just going to keep shooting and poking. I'm going to go to the middle lane and try to grab this real quick. Temple comes up in 30 seconds, so we got to make sure that we have 10. Thrall is down. Bummer. Falstad cannot fight me inside the circle. At least I don't think he can. We're going to grab the BFG. We're going to pop each other with our ults, and then we're going to do this really awkward dance where we both just walk away. Because neither of us really expected to be killed by the other. Now, all that in mind, we've got the 10s for our team. Thrall is going to be up. I'm going to have to go back to get some mana and get some health. And then I guess the enemy team just is not super concerned about the objective. Or maybe they all went back too. But whatever the case, our bottom 3 heroes here, the Stitches, the Chromie, and the Lily, are fairly healthy. The lane is pushed. We're getting all the value in the world. What the enemy team should be doing is... they should have forced that fight a lot earlier. That is a big hook into Gorge. Orphea is going over the wall, and she's going to get exploded by the Chromie. Now we are at even a higher numbers advantage, and we've got the rewind on the Rhaegar. Looking pretty tasty. We've got 5 seconds on the BFG, ready to rip it, and also rip it. There it is. 2 down, nothing to see here. Just another casual BFG. Li Ming falling right behind her 2 teammates. Isn't it nice when all the death timers sync up so well? Now we're going to go do the boss because we need to get an objective going for everybody. And then what's going to happen is we're all going to push up with our Sergeant Hammer and the boss. We're going to do some keep damage, some permanent keep wall damage, which, by the way, is very important. Keeps, and then core, and then game over. Murden cannot stop us all from standing on the point. I'm just making sure he does it. Oh, thank you for pushing me where I need to go. Now I can scoot a little bit quicker. Probably should have just gotten out of siege mode at this point, honestly, but you know what? Murden's watching me, so that's fine. Thrall going back to soak. The lanes truly appreciate all the experience gains. And now we're going to walk up here with the boss and get this lane pushing. That's a shock and awe on 2 people, maybe? Down goes Falstad to the hook and the doom. Siege mode engaged. shooting the towers, knocking down the wall. Gate is on its way out. Get that other tower too. Even if this is all that we get with this push, it is still going to be impossibly useful as the game goes on. Right now the enemy team does not have as much deep damage as we do. Rhaegar getting pulled back and destroyed. No hook landed there, but at the same time we are still a-pushing. We just need to unstoppable real quick, and now we're going to zoom out since the Muradin jumped in. We are a full level ahead of the enemy team. I cannot feel for you anymore. I really do not want to give any resets to the Ming, but that's okay. That's okay. Gotta dodge that ball. You never stood a chance. Stop aiming in straight lines. That's a false dad who doesn't have Mighty Gust, who decided that he was just going to give us a free kill, so I can appreciate that. Truly love it. And now we're tapped. We're ready to go. The shrines are in the top and the bottom. Lucky us. So ours are going to start shooting upwards from the middle to the top fort. And that middle fort is already mostly dead because the enemy team has been neglecting the map for quite a while they try to kill us. Really poor planning on their part. Now we've got the middle fort down as well. And just like that, buildings are almost even. Now we're going to head to the top lane. I'm going to put some stuff down here to try and push the wave passively. Not going to stay there to get the XP globes because I want to get up to Thrall as fast as possible. It is 2-on-2 right now, and we need to put those numbers on our side. Let's pop it. I should have saved him a W there. Woof. Now we are in siege mode. We are poofed up. Our ambush is ready to nail some damage onto the enemy team. Doesn't really matter at this point though. We are going to get the fort without a whole lot of effort. And we're just going to keep shooting inside the circle. Everything the blue circle touches is our kingdom. Please, fuck off. They're so concerned with killing my little scooting ass that they are just making it really easy for my team to do whatever they want. So, every time Ming throws a ball at us, she's going to reset the cooldown because we're really far away. We're really easy to hit unless we just manage to scoot out the way, which is a lot easier because of our level 13 talent, the hyper cooling thrusters. What that talent does is reduces the cooldown on our mount every auto attack. Thank you for pushing me to safety. I do have Mazie up right now if I ever want to zoom out or zoom in. Down goes the Orphea. Li Ming looking like she's a snack right now, and we're just going to let it go. I don't have any mana to really do anything else. That BFG missing just really disappointingly. That's the only way I can describe it. We've got our circle set up here. You're not going to hit me. I scooted out of the way. And now I'm just going to make sure that you don't get that storm bolt. I'm going to whiff it completely. And now I'm just going to bait you in so my team can clean you up. If you are not used to using siege mode and hover siege mode to get the unstoppable on your E, you should get used to it because that is the most important part of survival as Sergeant Hammer. If you're picking graduating range, fucking stop it. Fucking cut it out. That talent is bad, and you are bad for picking if you do. Because you can't dodge things, you can't really stop anybody from getting all upon you if they have long range damage, and it's just, it takes so long to get started. It was cool a long time ago, it's not cool anymore. It's just not. Maybe if they put like 50% more on the radius of the range, sure. But then it'd be busted, and no one would be happy about that because so many people really don't like playing against Hammer to begin with, which is, you know, fuck off. Hammer's fun. Hammer is far and away my favorite auto attacker. Roll no! Knock him back with her W. That is the Earthquake. We are now going to block those Ming balls firstly, and then she is in the Earthquake getting absolutely lit the F up. Oh my god. I don't know if he dodged that on purpose or if it was because he just decided to turn around. I guess we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It looked really cool, looked like a good sidestep, but it sure didn't feel like it was intentional, you know. Just going to keep pushing the lane here. The more minions that we have back here means the fewer are going to be pushing up with that camp on the left side. And if that camp just crashes into the wall, obviously it's going to die on its own. The buildings are definitely in our favor at the moment. We are looking for 2. I'm going to get a whole bunch of armor, and then I'm going to run away. Didn't make it. Ow. Just, my wheels popped off. Everything fell apart. I need a mechanic and a tow truck. I don't think this is going to go super great for us. And Stitches is the next to die. Lily and Chromie, ready to go. Let's make sure that we don't lose them. There we go. Keep an eye on everybody here. Fling those sandballs. Pocket sand. Pocket sand. Okay. Ooh, that's a big-ass storm bolt. Right now it is 2 people dead to 1 person dead on their team. We are almost level 20. Things are going to be going our way pretty soon here. We've got the catapults pushing in the bottom lane. The enemy team should be pushing up to their camps and the boss relatively soon. I think if they want to do anything, they're going to have to fight us on the boss to prevent a 20 versus 18 fight and us taking that bad boy anyway. So, it's even Steven right now on the numbers. We just need to get down there, boop them. Okay, they're just not even going to go for it. They're not even going to go for it. Enemy team opting to soak harder, which just, that's not going to save you. Now we've hit 20, it's 20 to 19. If they try to boost up on us here, all we have to do is siege up, take a whole bunch of damage, let our Lily heal us, let our Stitches get a hook on the Ming, and now, not going to do any damage there. We've got the orbital going though. We are level 20, so that bad boy is going to start swinging around real quick here. Muradin being rewound, looking like he's going to go down. Big kill there. Enemy team doesn't have a tank now, so there's no way that they can stop us from doing the boss. Orbital is just sailing through the map, all over the place. Stitch is getting stunned by the boss. Shock and Awe taking a lot more damage off of him as well. I'm going to position myself in a way that when the boss does die, I can just boop everybody off of the point. Unstoppable through it, and then we're just going to take it casually. With the knockback increase on Sergeant Hammer's W, she can boot people stupid far. So it is very good boss point defense, just camp point defense, period, as long as you have kind of an open path on either side of the cap point, right? But here specifically, it's really easy because left and right sides of the boss camp are completely open. They're very easy to stage yourself and position yourself. Here comes the big endgame push. It's boss, it's giants, it's catapults, it's minions, it's all 5 of our team, and we are not having any more of the enemy team shit with their long-range boopy garbage. Game is over. Ta-da! Look at that bullet. This is laced with money and dynamite. It's fucking huge. Victory. Fucking huge. Yep, Chromie taking the MVP there. Here are the talents in case you missed them. Ambush at 1, Siege Tactics at 4, Hover Siege Mode at 7, Blunt Force Gun at 10, Hyper Cooling Engines at 13, Giant Killer at 16, Orbital BFG at 20. If you build BFG, take Orbital. It's very good at holding points and making sure repeated damage goes through. I think Hyper Cooling Engines is pretty mandatory. Same thing with Siege Tactics, same thing with Ambush, same thing with Hover Siege Mode. You could probably play around with level 1 talents, I think. I can't remember what the other ones are at the moment, but I think at least one of them is not terrible. 16 is a little bit situational because the shield on your E is... It probably would have been really useful for keeping me less dead. during that whole thing where I got lightninged or I got balled or I got somethinged from the enemy team. But I took Giant Killer because I wanted to make sure that I was doing the most auto attack damage for our team. Kroby blew me out of the water anyway. It's fine. It wasn't a competition, you know? Even though I had way more siege damage because that's what I look for when I'm watching a Sergeant Hammer player. But that was it. I didn't end up on the board. Fuck me. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week. Grim Dawn will be back. We'll be dumping some more time into that playthrough. I will pepper in some HOTS. More often, though, because I do have a group of people that actually play this with me now, making it much less unbearable. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I will see you next time.